Welcome back to my channel. I'm Phenix, and today was one of those gym days where you just know you're going to feel every single muscle tomorrow. We're talking legs and glutes, full on focus, and let me tell you, things got interesting real quick, so buckle up because this workout was a journey. So I kicked things off with leg extensions to warm up. Now, leg extensions are seriously underrated in my opinion. It's like you're sitting there focusing completely on those quads, really isolating them, and every time you extend your legs out, you can feel the burn setting in. I love starting with these because it's such a good way to activate the muscles before hitting the bigger movements. Then we move on to the banded pull-ups, which are my go-to for warming up the upper body, especially the back. But here's the kicker, no one tells you how tricky these can be. So I'm doing my thing, pulling myself up and feeling strong, right? But suddenly mid-rep I get stuck, like literally stuck. I couldn't pull myself up any further, and I couldn't get back down gracefully either. I was just hanging there for a good 20 seconds. Like, help. But here's the funniest part, nobody even looked my way. I'm just dangling in the air and everyone else is so locked into their own workout, it's like I don't exist. So moral of the story, don't worry about what you look like at the gym because seriously, no one's paying attention to you. I eventually got out of that situation
2,000 years later.
And at that point, I was fully warmed up and ready to move on to the heavy stuff. I started with regular squats paired with reverse curtsy lunges. Standing tall, go down into a squat, come back up, and then instead of stepping back for a reverse lunge, you're crossing one leg behind the other, creating that curtsy lunge. It's a little tricky at first because it messes with your balance, but that's exactly why I love it. It really challenges the stabilizer muscles and forces you to engage your core, get that deep burn in your legs, especially your glutes with the squat, and then you finish it off with a cross lunge that just hits everything at once. It's like a 1-2 punch for your legs. And yes, you do feel a little wobbly at first, but that's how you know it's working. Plus, it keeps the workout fun because it's not just a basic squat. You're constantly moving, constantly shifting, and it adds a layer of focus to your form. Right here, I really just wanted to show my shirt off. I love this shirt from Iron Panda, code Phenix25 if you want 25% off. I love their shirts so much. Just a little plug in there. After that, I went into what I like to call the double squat with calf raises. It's exactly what it sounds like, and oh my god, it burns. So you squat down once, stand up halfway, and then drop back into another squat. Double the fun, right? And then at the top of that second squat, you immediately go into a calf raise. This move is killer because it's like a full lower body workout in one exercise. Your quads, hamstrings, glutes, and even your calves get a workout. The calf raise at the end really adds an extra challenge because by then your legs are already starting to feel fatigued, and then you have to push through it to hit those calves. I love incorporating this into my routine because it gives you that complete burn and it's super efficient. Okay, now let's talk heavy squats. This is the bread and butter of any leg day, right? I use that squat thingy. I'm not even sure what it's called, but let's just call it a barbell. You know that moment when you lower down into the squat and feel like your legs might give out, but then you push through and stand back up? That's the moment where you feel like a total beast, and this is what I felt like today. Every time I do heavy squats, I focus on going as low as possible, getting that full range of motion, and really engaging the glutes and quads. And yes, I make sure to brace my core because that's what keeps everything solid. You don't want to be wobbling under that weight. This part of the workout is all about raw strength, and I love it because it's such a challenge. It's not just physical, it's mental too. You have to tell yourself, I got this, especially when the weight feels heavy. And of course, I wrapped up the workout with hip thrusts. Can we just agree that hip thrusts are a must for building that glute power? But I hate them because you fart a lot. When I'm gassy, I make sure not to do hip thrusts. But I set myself up on the bench, load the barbell, and just go for it. When you do hip thrusts right, you really feel that glute engagement, and it's such a good finisher for leg day. I focus on controlling the movement, especially at the top of the thrust, where you really want to squeeze and hold for just a second to maximize that contraction. I like to go heavy on these too, because the more you challenge those glutes, the more they'll grow, I promise you. And let's be honest, who doesn't want strong glutes? By the end of this workout, my legs were absolutely toast in the best way possible. Like, I know tomorrow I'm going to have that kind of soreness where every step reminds you that you pushed yourself. But that's what it's all about, right? Pushing your limits, challenging yourself, and getting stronger every time. I can't wait for all of you to try this workout. Let me know if you do, because trust me, it's killer. I appreciate you so much for watching. I love you guys. Mwah.